Just a quick warning that there is major spoilers for Fire Emblem Engage in this video. Either click off if you haven't completed it, or stop watching after we place Edelgard on the tier list. Now that this warning is out of the way, if I hear anyone bitch in the comment, I will personally drone strike you. For legal reasons, I must state that was a joke, but be aware that you don't want to incur my wrath. Anyways, enjoy the video.
All right, boys, it's time to do our Fire Emblem Lords tier list.
Why is Joe here then? I thought he had only started 3 houses and hadn't even finished a game in the series yet.
I speed ran that shit. I'm all caught up now.
I think he's lying, but whatever. Let's just get this started.
All right, well, I think it's obvious that we should start from the beginning.
Oh boy, this guy. Dog shit unit in both FE11 and FE12. He's sword locked, can't get a mount, and you have to train the shit out of him to use him in the late game.
I don't know, man. My Marth was pretty cracked in FE12. It's pretty easy to feed him kills if you just use the rapier on Cavaliers.
As a unit, I'd say he's comfortably mid. Could definitely be better, but could certainly be worse. I will say, it's pretty based how he benefits from sacrificing his allies. Replacement units were a great mechanic. I can't believe they haven't brought that back.
It was a stupid mechanic that benefited players who couldn't keep their units alive. That's like saying you enjoy Turnwheel being in the game.
Hey, fuck you, Donald. Turnwheel was a great idea. I would have never figured out how to kill Jeddah in Shadows of Valentia without that shit.
Oh, of course you love Turnwheel, you ancient bastard.
The fuck did you just call me?
Settle down, boys. We're getting off topic. I think we can agree that Marth will go into the May tier.
The fuck is the May tier? It says meh. And also, why didn't you just go from S to F like every other tier list?
Fine, I'll change it. Excuse me for wanting to give the list some charm and originality.
Barack, it's fine. Leave it how it is. Donald just wants to be mad at everything for no reason.
Oh, fuck off. Just put Marth in May already so we can move on.
All right, I think that's a good spot for him. Next up is Alm.
Oh, I like Alm.
Yeah, Alm is a pretty good unit and character. Great sounds good to me.
Seriously, Alm is so bland. The twist where he's suddenly royalty was so stupid, too. The writing for Echoes was so bad.
I think he's more a victim of bad writing than he is a bad character.
Excuse me, a badly written character is a bad character?
I soloed the game with Alm. He's pretty good. Him and Celica's relationship was also great.
That's bullshit. It was mostly pre-established, and Celica is insufferable. That shit with Jita was ridiculous.
We haven't got to Celica on the tier list yet. And despite the questionable writing, I still think Alm is a good character. We'll place him in good.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, fine, whatever. He is a good unit, so I'll tolerate it.
All right, now we're on to Celica.
Oh God, easily going into trash.
Donald with the trash takes once again. Celica is peak. I love her.
Dumbass fell into the most obvious trap of all time and was only saved because of plot armor.
Once again, Donald, it's not her fault that the Echoes writers didn't know how to write a character arc for women that didn't involve being saved by a man. What a shame.
Yeah? Well, that's what happened, and nothing can change that. I'll admit she has a nice design, but that's about all that's good about her.
Keep hating Donald. Characters can have flaws, and that's okay. Celica sticks to her beliefs. Given her upbringing being mostly isolated on Novus Island, it's understandable that she would be naive.
There's being naive, and then there's being an idiot.
I think you're being too harsh, Donald.
I'd still put her in trash tier, but I'm willing to compromise and put her in May.
That's fine with me. Personally, I think I would put her in good, though.
She's peak, goddammit, but fine, whatever, I just want to move on. My paracetamol is kicking in.
All right, I'm not happy about it, but she's in me. Okay, it's time to rank Sigurd.
Peak, 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 peak. He's the best Fire Emblem Lord.
You're a goddamn hypocrite, Donald, you fat bastard.
I just have taste unlike you, Sleepy Joe. You simp over anime girls like a degenerate.
You bash Celica for being naive, but you love Sigurd. The dick riding is crazy.
Sigurd failed because he got betrayed. Meanwhile, Celica betrays her party to save her childhood crush. It's an insult to Sigurd to even compare them.
Donald, your biased take on Celica is showing. Although I do agree, Sigurd is peak. He's got great depth to his character and is also completely busted as a unit.
I actively cheered when Arvis cast Valflame on his bitch ass.
Fuck you.
Joe, stop trolling and give your ranking.
Yeah, he's peak. I wouldn't have been able to get through genealogy without him carrying me through the first generation.
First time in your life you've ever been honest.
Oh, fuck you, L plus ratio, plus you've never beaten me in an election.
It was a rigged election.
Anyways, I'm putting Sigurd in peak and moving on. Time to rank Seliph. I'm just going to go ahead and say I'd put him in great.
That's spot on, Barack. I also would put him in great. I loved how they portrayed his insecurities in living in the shadow of his father, and it's inspiring how he copes with the pressure of the war he's in. Honestly, I think he might belong in Peak.
Did anyone else cry when they got the event where Seliph speaks to the ghosts of Sigurd and Deirdre?
Of course I did.
I think about it every day.
Fuck it, put him in Peak. He deserves it.
I'm with Joe. Do it for him.
Slotting him into peak. Now we're on to Leif.
He wasn't a very good unit in genealogy, and I'll be honest, I rage quit Thracia after I escaped Chapter 4 with Leif first and lost almost all my units.
That's the funniest shit I've heard all year.
Oh, fuck you, Donald. I broke my $500 monitor. Jill was pissed.
Sounds like a skill issue, buddy.
That's fucking hilarious, to be fair.
Yeah, laugh it up. Anyways, he belongs in bad.
You didn't even play Thracia? Your opinion doesn't matter?
He has a point, Joe. You didn't even experience his story.
Yeah, fine, whatever. You guys decide where he goes then.
I'd put him in great. He's well written in that he makes mistakes. And you see how he copes with having to be a leader while also being inexperienced. He makes you want to root for him.
I would knock him down to good personally. Love him as a character, but as a unit, he is hit or miss.
That's fair, I guess.
Okay, time to place Roy.
He is a steaming pile of dog shit, and if either of you place him anywhere above trash, then I will be pissed.
I wouldn't say I dislike him as a character, but there's honestly not much to go off of.
Yeah, he's pretty shit. It would have been cooler if they embraced Ninian as his mother, and he had some dragon powers. Ice Dragon Roy would low-key hit different.
I don't care what they do. When this game gets a remake, he'll need a lot of help. He promotes so fucking late, so he's sword-locked in a game that has a shit ton of lance units. Honestly, the worst lord in the series by a considerable margin.
I like him in his other appearances in the series, but going off of Binding Blade, I think he has to go into trash.
Dunk that bitch, Barack.
Trash tier it is. Okay, now we're on to Lynn.
She's shit unless you grind her up in Lynn mode, which means she's shit in almost every playthrough.
I like her, but she's not a great unit if we're being objective. She gets good character development in FE7, but Fire Emblem Heroes made her horny bait.
What the fuck did you just say about my wife, you son of a bitch?
Get the fuck out of here, George. The only mainline game you've beat was Birthright Phoenix mode. You're now banned from this server.
Keep my wife's name out of your fucking...
Thank you for banning that loser.
Yeah, no problem. Anyways, I think Lynn is the perfect candidate for the bad tier.
Yep, she can be good, but overall she's not great.
Sounds good. All right, boys, we're on to Eliwood.
He's fine, I guess. Just a better Roy gameplay-wise, but he doesn't get fucked as badly in terms of his promotion. FE7 is also an easier game than FE6, so his flaws don't hurt him as badly as Roy's do.
I ship him with Ninian.
We're not here to ship people.
Joe's probably shipped people before.
How many little girls did you ship to Epstein's Island, you sick fuck?
Those are slanderous allegations, and I will not tolerate them.
Both of you just shut the fuck up. The government dealt with him anyways.
He obviously committed suicide. Let's just leave it at that.
Agreed. Nothing suspicious about that.
Getting back on topic, I think Eliwood can go in good. He's a likable character, and he's fairly usable as a unit.
I would probably go with me, but that's fine.
Good works for me. If it was him and Ninian, they would be peak.
We heard you the first time, Joe. Okay, last FE7, Lord. Where are we putting Hector?
He's either going in peak or great. As a unit, he's great in both player and enemy phase, and as a character, he's got loads of personality. Easily the best GBA Lord.
Have to agree with Donald. If you're unlucky, he might not level speed, which can be an issue. But otherwise, he's an amazing unit.
Hector is a favorite of mine. Although saying that, I feel that his near inability to be rescued by anyone, alongside only having 5 move, will keep him out of peak. Great feels right for him.
Putting him a tier above Eliwood feels right.
Stick him in there, Obama.
I'll choose to ignore you saying Obama and move on to Eirika.
Oh, God, the less said about her, the better. She's the same as Celica. She's just a fucking idiot.
Oh, come on, Donald. Eirika sees the good in everyone, and it costs her. But that's what gives characters personality. She makes mistakes, but she also steps up and rectifies them when she needs to.
Her route is awful, and she's stupid. Imagine having to be set straight by Larachel. Bottom-tier character.
Donald, she's actually one of the stronger lords in the series after her promotion. She receives a mount and a very strong PRF in Sieglinde.
I guess that's fair, but she's still got the IQ of a goldfish.
Just admit you don't understand her character, bro.
I'll admit that I don't understand how you like this character.
So where are you ranking her then?
Somewhere between bad and trash.
I'd put her in good. Eirika is best girl.
Okay, you fucking weirdo. I'll just go ahead and put her right between your answers, so she's in meh.
That's bullshit, and I will be telling Congress that I don't agree.
And you can tell Congress to suck on my cock and balls. It's Ephraim time.
Ephraim is a badass who does what he wants and never faces consequences for it. Guy is fucking dope.
More like he's awfully written and an active detriment to the story.
I have to agree with Joe. They set up his thirst for battle as a negative, but then he is never punished for it.
That's because he is him. Himothy Neutron, the guy takes no L's.
To quote you on Celica, he relies on plot armor.
His plot armor is his massive fucking nuts that he drags across Magville.
As a unit, he's very strong, but I can't personally endorse any placement above good at the very highest.
I'd have him in trash. Eirika gets so much shit because the writers decided to make her be the only character to face consequences.
I wouldn't go that far, but I'm cool with Meh.
Where's the consistency? He's objectively an extremely useful unit in Sacred Stones. That alone should put him at good at the very minimum.
I'm putting him at Meh to spite you.
Yeah, fuck you, Donald. He's a Gary Stew.
Well, at least this confirms my suspicions that neither of you know shit about Fire Emblem.
Moving on, we're starting Tellius with Ike.
Everything I said about Ephraim can also apply to Ike. Dude just wants to fight, and I love it.
He's one of the best written characters in the series. Path of Radiance shines because we see Ike adapt to having to step into his father's footsteps. Tellius is a continent rife with prejudice, but he views things through an unbiased lens and is willing to learn and respect people's cultures and ways of life.
Yeah, I have to admit, Ike is great. He's also a ridiculously good unit in Radiant Dawn. He's a liability for a bit in Path of Radiance, but that game is easy enough to where it's not a major issue.
So we all agree Ike is going in peak?
Yeah.
Put him in there, Barack.
Next up is Elincia.
What the fuck is she doing here? She's not a lord.
Well, let me be clear. She's on the list, so we're putting her on the list.
Elincia is definitely a lord. She has her own section of Radiant Dawn.
It's like 5 chapters, and one of them she isn't even in. Are we going to say Nephany is a lord because of the Heather map?
Of course not, but part 2 centers around Elincia. I'd say she counts.
And I'll go ahead and say she is peak. Honestly, she's probably in my top 3 favorite characters in the series.
How boring. She's just a typical damsel in distress in Path of Radiance. Her peace at all costs bullshit is just stupid, too. It nearly led Crimea into a civil war.
Her growth throughout the Tellius games is some of, if not the best character development in the series. Chapter 310 of Radiant Dawn just hits different. Hell, even Zelgius acknowledges the strength of her convictions. She's fucking cool, man.
To appease you, Donald, I'll put her in great. And before you bitch, she's a flyer with a PRF brave weapon. That shit is bussin'.
Damn, that shit do be bussin'.
I would trade Jill for a night with her and Lucia with zero hesitation.
Joe, sometimes you just shouldn't say things when they come to your mind. Jesus Christ, man.
It's hard to keep your thoughts contained when you get to my age.
You need help, Joe. Okay, where are we putting Micaiah?
Bottom tier, absolute trash. She's a Mary Sue and a support bot. Also, she's a groomer. Never forget that Soth is a victim.
Donald, she is absolutely not a Mary Sue. That's a ridiculous statement.
She's just like Barack. She does multiple morally questionable things throughout Radiant Dawn and never has to answer for them. She could probably personally bomb a hospital and she would still get praised for it.
Oh, fuck off, you Oompa Loompa motherfucker.
Donald, she was put in a tough spot because of the Blood Pact.
It's a stupid plot device in a supposedly well-written game. Micaiah can go straight into trash.
I'm convinced that Donald just doesn't like female characters.
I love women, all women, just not stupid broads who do stupid things. Give me a girl like Ira and I'm putting her straight into peak.
Micaiah is a flawed character who is forced into making tough decisions for the benefit of her country and the people she loves. I would put her into good or great personally.
She's trash.
I don't have a strong opinion, so I'll put her in good.
Crooked Obama is siding with Geriatric Joe. This shit is fucking rigged.
Keep crying, you little bitch. Now we're on to Chris.
One of the strongest units in FE12. Ridiculously good in basically every class. It's hard to find any flaws.
As a unit, Chris is spectacular. But as a character, they are objectively the worst thing to ever happen in the series.
Chris exists to give the player a self-insert that gets sloppy-toppy from nearly the entire cast.
I actually kind of like their relationship with Katerina, but it isn't enough to sway my opinion that he's trash.
Chris didn't even introduce player avatars. Mark was the first, but you didn't even mention him earlier.
That's because he has little to no impact on the story of FE7. Meanwhile, Chris hijacks a story that already existed for the sole reason of dick riding the player. It's disgusting, and it started the trend of having self-insert player avatars in the series.
Put them in trash. I've heard enough.
Chris easily belongs in great. They're a very strong unit in basically every role you put them in.
As a unit, they belong in great, but out of respect for this series, I am not willing to put this character any higher than bad. My decision is final.
That's some bullshit. He should be in trash.
And you should be in a retirement home, you decrepit old fuck.
Oh, fuck you. You won't do shit, Barack.
A drone strike is on its way to Delaware as we speak.
Bad sounds right then.
That's what I thought. Now we're on to Robin.
The most broken unit in the history of the series. Lunatic Plus was a blast.
I liked Robin until the Grima reveal. Then it was just more Avatar worship bullshit and I lost interest.
I don't think Robin is anywhere near as bad as Chris in that regard. The argument that Robin takes over the plot after that reveal is inaccurate in my opinion.
You probably like Robin because you want to bang whoever US supported. They're mid, just admit it.
Now he is a baddie to be fair.
Oh, fucking hell. We need to lock you up, you sick bastard.
Seriously, Tiki is right there and US supported Noe? I thought I was the one with mental problems.
It was a joke. Relax. I actually supported Lucina. It reminded me of the time I slept with Donald's daughter.
Take that back right now, Barack.
I regret nothing. Anyways, I think as a unit, Robin is peak. But as a character, I think good feels right. We all agree on good?
They're mid as fuck, but they're a good unit. Fine, I'll allow it.
Fuck you.
Stay mad. They're going into good. Chrom is up next.
I like Chrom a lot. He's a likable character, maybe nothing special compared to some others, but he has a good arc in my opinion. He's also one of the best units to abuse pair-up with in Awakening, so that gets him some bonus points.
Yeah, I kind of see him as a slightly worse Sigurd. Not gameplay-wise, obviously, but in terms of personality.
Does he not suffer from the same problems as Ephraim, where his impulsiveness never ends up costing him?
I mean, he does have to watch his sister eat shit after getting outplayed by Gangrel.
I guess that's true, but doesn't Spot Pass kind of invalidate that?
That shit isn't canon. If Emerald surviving is canon, then Priam is canon. Therefore, I refuse to acknowledge it.
You just hate Priam because it canonizes Ike not being gay. He could still be bisexual, you know?
Nope. If he's canon, then he's a descendant of Mist, or he's a fraud. I won't accept any other answer.
Guys, we're supposed to be ranking Chrom.
Oh, yeah. I think good seems right for him. This tier list is fucked anyways.
Yeah, Celica and Eirika are far too low.
Both should be in trash.
Oh my fucking God, just shut the fuck up. I'm slotting Chrom into good and moving on. Where are we putting Corrin?
Straight into trash, the absolute worst player Avatar.
I just want to give her head pats.
Jesus Christ.
She's so cute. She probably smells amazing.
Joe, what did I say about not saying things out loud? You're a fucking mess, man.
Shit, did I say that out loud?
Of course you fucking did. You are a disgrace to the presidency.
Suckle on my wrinkly balls, you son of a bitch. Anyways, I think Corrin should be in good.
No fucking way does Corrin belong in good.
Yeah, I have to agree. The amount of pandering to the player is insane. The entire plot of Fates in every route is centered around how supposedly great Corrin is.
Corrin is great. She's cute, and I just want to pinch her cheeks.
Just put Corrin in bad so we can move on, please. I'm begging.
Way ahead of you.
Oh, that's bullshit. Can we at least put Azura in great then?
She's not on the list, Joe.
What? That's bullshit. The Revelations route is basically her story.
The Revelations route never happened. They lied to you, Joe.
Yeah, Joe, I think your dementia is kicking in.
I can sum up my thoughts in a single word. Adjufu Joji Netzoblech.
All right, we broke him. Time to move on to the next one.
Okay, it's time for...
Who the fuck even is that?
No, we're not fucking ranking these guys. I refuse.
What's wrong with Rowan and Liana?
No, seriously, who the fuck is this?
They're not fucking lords. I gave you a pass on Elincia, but I will not tolerate this.
I'm so lost. Are these Three Houses DLC characters? I didn't buy the season pass.
No, they're from Fire Emblem Warriors.
Shez does not look like that.
Joe, he said they were Rowan and Liana, not Shez. Although I don't blame you for forgetting these losers.
I'll admit I don't really like Rowan, but Liana was at least nice.
Have some fucking standards. We're not ranking them.
I'd put Eirika in peak.
God damn it, Joe is about to lose his consciousness. Just hurry up and move on to Byleth.
Fine. But let it be known that I would personally put Rowan in trash and Liana in May. All right, where are we putting Byleth?
They're not as game-breaking as Robin, but still a very strong unit. The fact that they get the Sword of the Creator in Chapter 4 is kind of nuts if you think about it. It's a shame they have the personality of a brick.
Well, actually, Donald, Byleth canonically lacks emotions due to having Sothis' crest stone effectively serving as their heart. It stunts their ability to process emotions and express them.
And you can canonically have my fist shoved up your ass if you try to use that excuse. It's just a plot device to cover up the typical silent player protagonist bullshit that all these JRPGs use.
I liked Byleth. They care about their students, and we see them develop an understanding of these emotions as the game progresses. Those stockings on female Byleth also look fucking great, by the way.
It's a stupid outfit that makes no sense. You're just an old pervert.
I think Byleth suffered from the rushed development of Three Houses, which is a shame. I don't think I can endorse putting them any higher than good.
I think May is where they belong. It just feels like they never really got their own chance to shine.
I thought they were pretty good in Smash, though.
Just stop talking. And I agree, I think they're going in, man. Claude, time.
Jesus fucking Christ, you gave me a heart attack. Calm down for fuck's sake.
Claude is cool. The Alliance are kind of in this awkward spot where they don't really matter in the grand scope of things, though.
I'm not a big fan of his goals. The Almirans should stay in Elmira where they belong. If I was in Fodlan, I would definitely lock down Fodlan's throat.
Bro said Fodlin. And his goal is to establish international relations between Fodlan and the rest of the world. Of course, this would benefit Elmira massively, but he also wants to lift humanity up after the Church of Seiros held them back for generations.
You have a good point. I'm all for taking down crooked institutions. I think I'll start with Joe's administration.
Oh, fuck you, Donald. I bet you don't like him because he's not white, you racist son of a bitch.
No, actually, Barack convinced me that he's a good character. I bet he would order you to die like he does to Randolph in Golden Wildfire.
That's just mean, Donald. You don't mean that.
Of course not. It was just some friendly banter.
Nice to see you two getting along for once. So does Great feel right for him?
Yeah, I think so. He's a really good unit as well. He is a god on enemy phase.
Yeah, that's fine with me. I just want to get to Dimidome already.
His name is Dimitri.
He has a good redemption story. We see him at his lowest when we get to time skip, and then we see him grow into the savior king that his kingdom needed. My boy belongs in peak for real.
I will say it was so satisfying seeing them have a major character lose their sanity without pulling the brainwashing trope.
Yeah, I think Kaga had a fetish or something. Can't lie, he was low-key based, though. Fallen Ninian got me rock hard.
Oh my fucking God.
I will never be able to rid my mind of that mental image.
Anyways, Dimitri should probably go in peak. Great character, and he also breaks the game with how good he is as a unit. There can be an argument for him being the best unit in the entire game.
Catatonic Joe valuing gameplay. Somebody pinch me.
I think his meds kicked in, or maybe he took a very quick nap.
I just gobbled down an entire bottle of Flintstones gummies. Let's finish this so I can enter my coma already.
All right, I'll go ahead and put him in peak then. Time for the Edelgard discussion. Oh boy.
I'll just tell it how it is. You can't put her any lower than peak after putting Dimitri in peak.
She's not even the best character in her own house. She has nothing on Bernie.
You're such a fucking brain-dead simp, Joe. There's no point in trying to be rational when you're like this.
Joe, please. We're trying to rank Edelgard right now. Stay on topic.
What about her? She betrays you and dies on her own route. I'd say maybe meh. Honestly, probably bad.
What the fuck are you talking about? None of that shit happens in Crimson Flower.
Her route is called Silver Snow, dumbass.
Joe, the Black Eagles have two routes. It splits after conflict at the Holy Tomb, but only if you go to Edelgard's coronation with her.
Are you kidding me? Why didn't anyone tell me this?
The game came out in 2019. It's common knowledge now.
Fuck, man. Shit, fuck, goddammit, son of a bitch.
Calm down, Joe. That just means that it'll be up to me and Donald.
Go ahead and give your take. I'll respond appropriately.
She gets a lot of hate for some of the decisions she makes, namely siding with the Agarthans. I think people fail to realize that she has to go based on the information that is available to her. Obviously, the Agarthans are sketchy as hell, but from her perspective, they are just as evil as Rhea. She sees it as a necessary evil to use them against the church.
She chooses to tear down the peace that Fodlan has because she believes that peace is actually an illusion. And she's right, the church have been exerting their power and holding back the people of Fodlan for generations. I'm all for building walls, but when it comes to the church, I want to tear them down, goddammit.
Hey, wait a minute. I like Rhea. Don't talk shit about her. I will be her strongest defender.
Well, she's going to have to hold that L because she isn't a lord. Bozo couldn't even make the tier list.
Well, fuck you. I'm hijacking the tier list and putting Edelgard in great. I refuse to have her on the same level as Dimitri.
How the fuck did you just do that?
Secret Service, bitch. I got people everywhere.
We're finally finishing this tier list. What do we think about Alear?
Wait, why are we skipping Shez? Shez is great. We're making a big mistake.
They're not a lord, Joe. It's that simple.
They are my lord and savior.
You certainly need one. Now, please, let's get talking about Alear.
When Engage got revealed, I thought the character would be insufferable and their design was awful. I still think the design is awful, but I actually found them to be pretty likable.
Oh, fuck off. You just make up your opinions as you go.
Donald, you hated Celica because she was protected by plot armor. Does Alear not also benefit from the same shit? I mean, the whole becoming the 13th emblem thing was kind of bullshit.
They dropped hints towards the emblems being able to revive someone earlier in the story before it happened. It's not the same as Celica getting Mommy Mila to bail her ass out of the situation she put herself in.
Can we just talk about how cute past Alear was? When she talks, I just want to cuddle her and tell her everything will be all right.
You seriously need some sleep.
Anyways, I think as a unit, they're nothing crazy, but still pretty good. Engage is probably the best balanced game in the series in terms of everyone being viable if you build them right.
I feel the same. I think she slots perfectly into the good tier.
Call me Ivy, because I want Alear to be my divine one.
Just put her in good so we can get the fuck out of here.
All right, that's our tier list done. Final thoughts, everyone?
This tier list is complete dog shit. In hindsight, I think we fucked over Marth and Leif. I would bump them both up a tier. And Ephraim should be way higher. Pretty much every female lord should be lower than they currently are as well. And that's not because I hate women. Oh, believe me, I love women. But these characters are dog shit.
Shut the hell up. I'm tired of listening to you. Eirika and Celica should both be in peak. This list is so fucked. Anyone who knows anything about Fire Emblem would roast the shit out of both of you for fucking this tier list up so badly.
I don't know. I thought we did a pretty good job. Maybe I'd make some slight adjustments, but I'm not too offended by anything.
Whatever, I've been with you losers for far too long. I'm going to go watch George try playing a real Fire Emblem game for once.
Oh, really? What's he playing?
He's going straight from Birthright Phoenix mode to Shadow Dragon Hard 5.
Holy shit, you gotta invite me to that.
Yeah, sure. It'll be funny to have an audience there to laugh at him.
Hi, everyone. This is a quick disclaimer that I have zero intentions of ever touching a Fire Emblem game. Birthright Phoenix mode was just too hard for me. I'll stick to spending all my money plus 10ing every female character in Fire Emblem Heroes. Thank you for enjoying the video, you sons of bitches.